approach Keenan and you tell him that you want to shape a pro model board, how do you work with the athlete and create a board that replicates his style and what he's looking for?
Well, I mean, Austin's a great example. You know, he's a great example of a guy that knows what he wants. He's incredibly talented, and he's super, super picky. So it draws out the process a little, but the end result is a great board that when people hop on it, they go, wow, you know, this new Keen skim is a great shape. With Austin in particular, you know, he's a professional skimboarder. He just won the Victoria Skim in Laguna, which is like the big, most prestigious event in skimboarding. With Austin, I'd heard about him. I'd heard about his talent. I'd seen a couple clips of him, and a mutual friend, invited us out on a boat. He had his skim that he uses in the ocean. And there's a lot of things about that board that don't necessarily transfer to behind the boat. Sure, it'll work, but it's not the most ideal perfect board. And he wanted to keep as much as that in his new shape, but at the same time, he wanted a board that everybody could enjoy. You know, Austin is doing everything he's doing behind a boat without fins. So the first step was, okay, Austin, the design challenge for you is to create a board that's magic for you, but that everybody else is going to enjoy. So we started off with his skim shape, kind of a rocker line that he liked. But one of the things that I initially realized is because of skimboarding, his skimboards have this radically exaggerated nose rocker that's dealing with the angle of the beach, because he has to skim down the slope of the beach and then connect with the water and come into the wave. So that's like forces his skimboards to have this hyper kick in the nose that would make it slow behind the boat. So we had to come up with a new rocker line, but still keep it similar in the tail. By the same token, out the tail, it was too flat and too low. And the board from rail to rail was dead flat. There was nothing because it was skimming across sand and dirt and then into the water. So I wanted to do something that was more hydrodynamically efficient. So I would just shape protos. I would start off with his templates, his general volume that he needed for the displacement, and blow through a whole bunch of prototypes where I would vary the concaves a little deeper, a little less, pull in the tail, sharpen the rails, and then we'd go out on the boat and test them. And it's amazing because a board that everyone else thought was great and they were ready to go to mass producing it, for Austin, we're down to like quarters of an inch in the tail because he's so sensitive in his field because he's riding finless. Everything in the board had to be perfect. So with his board, you know, we have a removable fin system on it, but it works great when you take the fins off because the edges are so tuned and the concave is so tuned. And that's from literally, you know, almost a year of testing with him. But then when we take it to market and we actually start producing it, it's a perfect replica of exactly the final proto that he said was magic.